Welcome to Keeping Up with the Currents, Real Estate Real Talk podcast, where we bring you the latest trends and insights in the world of real estate. I'm your host, Connie Vavra, current chair for the Communications and Technology Committee for Three Rivers Association of Realtors. I'm excited to be here today to discuss the topics that matter most to you. Whether you're a seasoned real estate professional, a first-time homebuyer, or just someone interested in the industry, this podcast is for you. We'll be covering a wide range of topics, from buying and selling properties to real estate investing, property management, and everything else in between. Each episode, we'll be interviewing industry experts, sharing success stories, and exploring the latest trends and technologies that are shaping the real estate landscape. We'll also be answering your questions and addressing the challenges you face when it comes to buying, selling, or managing properties. So whether you're looking to maximize your profits, expand your real estate portfolio, or simply stay informed about the industry, this is the podcast for you. So join us for an exciting journey into the world of real estate. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. On today's episode, we are joined with Christina Johns, Chair of the Diversity Committee, and Kimberley Peoples, Vice Chair of the Three Rivers Diversity Committee. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today. I'm super excited to talk about diversity, how it's impacting the real estate industry, but more importantly, what we as just people can be looking at and thinking about when it comes to diversity. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Christina, do you want to start us off a little bit about what the idea was creating the Diversity Committee for Three Rivers and kind of where it's went from like a thought to actually being a standing committee and kind of where you've gotten to that place?
Sure. The intention and the thought process was to make sure that the Three Rivers Association of Realtors reflects all of its members.
Yeah.
To make sure that members are comfortable and being known throughout the membership, and also feeling wanted with being different, maybe background, different culture. We want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable and know that they are a part of this association.
They've got a place. They can come to a Three Rivers event, training, networking, and walk in the room and say, you remind me of me, or I feel like I connect with you, and know that all of our realtor members, affiliates, and our consumers that come to us for resources find themselves in our crowd, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
I think that's so important right now. Kimberley, tell us a little bit about your journey being the vice chair of the Diversity Committee.
Well, I've been a part of diversity and inclusion for a little over a year and a half maybe. I came in because I was working as a community lender, and I wanted to be a part of the community and know everything that's going on, and mainly help with education and all that. Christina has been gracious enough to let me handle a few things, to work at the different festivals and meet people, and just be a part of all the diverse things that we've been doing. And diversity and inclusion is very open to new suggestions, to ideas from the members of things that we can do to help educate people on diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, no, I love that. You kind of mentioned it. What are some places that we may have seen some of the Diversity Committee work at? You said you've done some different festivals, some different outreach and education. What has the Diversity Committee kind of been up to?
We have gone to, last year we were honored to be a part of the Joliet Pride festivities.
Nice.
And that was that was really fun. A lot of education went in there. We put packets together with for the community, informing about home ownership. We had some, don't do it by yourself pamphlets. A lot of the pamphlets that Illinois Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors provided us as a resource tool as an associate member.
So that's perfect.
So we put that out there, packaged it together, offered water and some trail mix, and
no more booze. You think they're like, you might need a water at this point.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun, aren't we?
Yeah. So we packaged that together so that they can take and go and have that information as a resource for us.
I think that's really important. And I love that that's so community centric too, because I don't watch a lot of TV, but I just feel like anytime you see a real estate professional show up in a consumer facing, whatever, TV show, movie, it's always a very stereotypical type of person. And that's not the landscape of the real estate professionals anymore. I mean, maybe at one point, right? I mean, even women weren't even allowed to work as a realtor, a real estate professional. So the landscape has grossly changed, and I love that you guys are not only doing work internally for the association, but we're getting out to a very large community event and saying, hey, we're here for you.
Absolutely.
I think that's super awesome. Kim, I know that you're going to be moving up in a few short months. October, we do our committee change up, our new committee year, and you're going to be taking Christina's place as the chair of diversity. What are some ideas you've got brewing that we can maybe look out for the committee?
Well, we do a lot now. We do the book club, which we look at diverse books. We take suggestions on diverse books to read. I listen because I'm in the car a lot.
I'm an audio. Well, you heard I'm an audiobook girl too.
So I'm finding it very interesting, the books that we do. So we're going to continue that. We started a thing, and we have to put a little more emphasis behind it, but to talk about the different ethnic foods, maybe if some of the realtors or the committees are having an event and maybe they have refreshments, if you want to bring something from a certain culture, just tell us what it is, and we'll make sure that it's published and that you have a little information to hand out along with your refreshments that explain the background.
Sign me up for
on
that
it.
one. I'll be there.
So,
you remember, like in school, they did like the diversity, the ethnic, the cultural, whatever they called it. I mean, I joined it, and I'm my family is all mixed in cultures, but I remember joining it, and my best friend was like super, super, super Irish, like her whole family, and we made soda bread together, and I just wanted to join it because I wanted to try all of the different foods. I wanted to know all the different cultures, and I mean, I think that would be, we got to do like a cultural food fest. I mean, even Six Flags had something going on a couple weeks ago when I was there. It was like Taste the World or something like that, but that would be a really great event because let's face it, real estate agents, we love to show up for the food and the camaraderie. I mean, we have a lot of really great conversations when we're at these networking events, like talking about the diversity committee and how, a certain member could maybe show up and help, push that, process forward and get more, engagement to the committee, because diversity, I feel, is so underdog rated. Like we're not doing enough, and what we are doing is so behind the time of when we should have been doing it, right? So let's do the food thing. I'm signing us up for that.
Yeah, and you mentioned the word stereotypical in another part of the conversation, but I think that's why doing educational things is so important, because we all assume things about the buyers and just assume a certain way, and these days you can't assume anything. So it's easier to just understand why this happens or why this holiday is celebrated. And I think that's the key to diversity and inclusion is education.
Education and being confident enough and safe enough to ask the question too. I find myself in that boat sometimes where I feel like I'm missing the cultural difference and I want to ask, but it's been hard to kind of, approach that bridge too, be like, hey, I probably should know this, but like, and getting to understand the other side too, making the other side feel comfortable with opening up about their cultural differences, because there's cultures that don't, do lending, right? They don't believe in that stuff, and that's just part. But unless you take the opportunity to learn that and to get to know that, you wouldn't understand it, and you would be just scooping everyone in this, well, that's how everyone does it. No, it's not. And there's a reason for it, and wanting to truly and genuinely understand it. I think that's a huge thing. You guys are doing so much great work. I really am excited for the committee.
And now a quick break for our featured safety tip. Each episode, we will feature one safety tip sponsored by the National Association of Realtors. Here's today's safety tip for you Realtor members.
Be careful not to overshare on social media. Avoid posting anything that may inform others of your whereabouts, like where are you going, how long you will be there, or if you will be alone.
What are some ways that
our members can maybe help you out? What is your call to action? How can we continue to support the diversity committee?
Well, I think we need more people to join from different backgrounds.
Committee applications will be opening in a few short months, so
just come to a meeting and just join in and make suggestions about things that they'd like to see. I think that's a big part. We want to be really diverse so that we're representing everybody. I think that's probably a big key, is to have diverse people joining.
And knowing that there's no certain person or demographic that belongs there, it's all persons and demographics and backgrounds, right?
Yes.
Because I feel like, and this is, it's all the protected classes, it's the gender, it's the race, it's the color, it's all of it. So if you're listening to this, and if you are a Three Rivers member specifically, our committee applications will be opening. Our committees they open up in July, and I believe they run until the end of July to apply. Committees start October, and a lot of the committee work is one meeting a month, normally an hour or so long. Three Rivers, some of them Zoom, so they're like hybrid too, and it's really to get all of our consumers and all of our demographics represented at that table, so we can ensure that, the events that we're hosting, the content, the education is encompassing of what Illinois looks like. And Illinois is a very diverse state, so we do need you to show up, no matter who you think you are, no matter what room you think you fit in that room for sure. Ladies, what are some upcoming things that we have going on in diversity? Are there some events that we can be looking out forward to? When's the next book club? What do we got on the agenda?
So we have our continued book club. We're on our third book, and we meet once a quarter. And going back to what you were talking about diversity and food.
Yeah.
So going forward, we've had talks about maybe a performance and a performance cultural event.
Yeah.
So that where we find different origins to put their cultural performances, the food. So we've been talking about that. That's probably going to be on a more larger scale, with more preparation. So that's been in the works for a couple of months now. Just the thought, ideas, and processes, and we value input. We listen to our members, how they feel, what accommodations they need, suggestions going forward. So we look for all that, and we appreciate that, and we hope that continues to grow so that we can develop new avenues of awareness.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast, for having such an open conversation about a topic that I feel is not talked about enough. I do hope that our consumers that are listening understand that we're here to represent all of you, every single background, demographic, every story. We all have a story in a beginning, right? And we're here for that. And if there's something that, your Realtor Association can do for you, if you're a consumer listening to this, we do have a very open line of communication. And if you are a Realtor member, an affiliate member of Three Rivers, or, a friend of Three Rivers that's in the industry, know that you have a place here for your life as well, for your background, for your story. And we want to hear it. We want to make sure that you're being heard and you're being represented on all levels. So I really appreciate the work you girls are doing. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
We appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Keeping Up with the Currents, Real Estate Real Talk, with your host Connie Vavra from the Three Rivers Association of Realtors. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a home buyer, we're here to provide you with valuable insights and expert advice to make informed decisions. Don't forget to explore the wealth of resources and support available on the Three Rivers website. Whether you're a real estate professional or home buyer in the market, we're here to empower you with the latest trends and expert advice. Thank you for being a part of our real estate community, and remember, at Keeping Up with the Currents, we're here to guide you through the ever-changing tides of the real estate market. Happy house hunting and successful deals to all.